I know I say this a lot, but these are two of the most exciting smart home products I have seen in absolutely ages, because they do something that nothing else on the market yet does. Check this out. Movie mode. That's not a smart lamp. There's also not smart bulbs in that lamp because that would be impossible. They're G9 bulbs. They're like this big. You'll never get a smart G9 bulb, and this is kind of the point of today's product, at least one of today's products. This is a Zigbee-enabled dimmable plug socket, and it's the first one I have ever seen. If you're not excited by that, check this out. Turn this distinctly ordinary-looking light switch on.
Okay.
Dim this distinctly ordinary-looking light switch to 50%.
Okay.
This is a Zigbee dimmer. It's got no neutral wire and it's a bloody Zigbee dimmer. Your wife will like it. That's not all it does though. Because it's a smart home light switch, I can click it and make other things happen. Check this out. All those lamps are connected to smart home plugs. They can be turned on simply by pressing the mains light switch. And it looks like your wife will like it. It looks like that. This is a smart Zigbee light switch dimmer that doesn't require a neutral wire, and its simple design is entirely wife-proof. Even my missus likes it. We all know how much smart homes turn my wife on. Not at all, but she does like this. Thanks to Candeo for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their ridiculously awesome dimmer switches and dimmer plug sockets. They do both Zigbee 3.0 versions and Wi-Fi versions of both their mains dimmers and their dimmable plug sockets. The Wi-Fi versions utilize the TUYA Smart Life platform, which means that they work without a hub, and they will work, of course, therefore, with Amazon Alexa, Google Home, and if this then that. No hub. The Zigbee version has been confirmed as working with Smartthings, Hubitat, Home Assistant, Philips Hue, and they will even pair directly with an Amazon Echo that has built-in Zigbee. Nobody else is doing this! There is literally no Zigbee dimmer on the market that will connect directly to the Amazon Echo without the need for a hub. This thing works perfectly. Because the mains dimmers don't require a neutral wire, the installation will work in any UK home. And the other super weird thing about the Candeo dimmers is that there is literally no buzzing coming from this thing, no matter where I twist this knob to. Similarly, for their Zigbee and Wi-Fi plug sockets, there's literally no buzzing sound coming from those either, which is quite rare for anything that does dimming. Anytime you try and hamper a little bit of electricity in a socket or in a light switch, that's when you start to get that strange sound. I should also point out that these little dimmer sockets are the only smart dimmable plug sockets in existence right now, and they fill a massive hole. No! Hello, yes, internet please, I'd like to report a crime. Yes, he's talking about filling massive holes now! My wife's so shocked she died! Yes, she's on the floor now, she's dead! The massive hole that this fills is that you can now dim any lamp as long as it has dimmable bulbs. There's no such thing as a dimmable G9 bulb, but there is now such a thing as a smart dimmable socket that will allow me to finally dim them in this lamp so that it is no longer burning out my retinas. Every year, another poor person falls victim to accidentally attending a rage band gig. For every person who subscribes to my channel today by pressing the button below, I will donate £1 to the Get This Poor Bastard Out of This Situation fund. Press it then. And heck, look, he's suffering. Heartless. That's what you are. It's not that I hate Philips Hue, it's more of a deep-seating primordial loathing of an intensity that burns with all the fire of 1,000 suns. But in fairness to Philips, this switch is the only product of theirs that I actually like and in fact recommend. It isn't as neat and tidy, however, as this dimmer, and so I am glad to finally see the back of it. The physical installation should be really straightforward as long as you have dimmable bulbs in your existing light fixture. It really is just a case of swapping your existing light switch for the new one, as it's just 2 wires to be switched out like for like. But I have stopped walking people through this process because of all the experts in my comments section. Experts.
Did you just recommend people use a multimeter to confirm the electricity is off? You'll kill them! They should use an electrician's screwdriver, you moron!
Uh-huh.
An electrician's screwdriver? That's flipping stupid! All you gotta do is turn the electric off, and if it doesn't electrocute you, it's fine! I'll just link the wires, and if it doesn't kill me, it's alright, innit? I'll just link the wires, and if it doesn't kill me, it's fine!
Anyway, the one thing you might find is that with any dimmer that you install, sometimes the results are not what you would expect. The bulbs might do something strange, something I've personally experienced in the past, that I took with my usual good grace. I believe it. Why are you turning off? I'm in the 7th circle of hell. Excellent. And this is because the bulbs are not drawing enough current. This tends to happen with some LED bulbs and energy savers and stuff like that. Candeo do sell an LED bypass that you would wire in behind the light fixture that would solve this issue by offering resistance. And I'm no electrician, so I have no idea what that means. I assume it's something to do with a lower low.
It is a resistance! Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once.
Once installed, you can set the lowest brightness point by clicking 3 times in quick succession, turning the dimmer until the bulb is almost off, and then pressing the button again to set it. Now you're ready to connect it to your smart home platform. The pairing process is basically the same for both the dimmer on the mains light switch and for the dimmable plug sockets. I didn't read the instructions because I'm a testosterone-fueled imbecile. Hang on. No. So I assumed, of course, the process to put it into pairing mode would be to hold the button on the side. It didn't. Something that I took with my usual good grace. Pairing mode is actually achieved on the socket by pressing the button 6 times in quick succession and holding it for 3 seconds on the final press. Ooh, hello. Hello. Oh, that's exciting. And for the mains dimmer, it's a case of just double clicking it and holding it for 3 seconds on the second press. If you're pairing the socket to Amazon Alexa, she will discover the socket as a light bulb, which is brilliant because it means that we can use her to dim the sockets as if it was a light. And the mains dimmer will be detected using exactly the same process, and the pairing process is the same for all platforms. This isn't an issue per se. The fact of the matter is that whatever bulb you plug in to this dimmable socket will be a different wattage, and therefore the dimmable socket doesn't know where the 50% mark is, where the 100% mark is, and where the 0% mark is. This Tesco dimmable bulb, for example, when plugged into the socket, would switch off altogether if I set the socket to 10% brightness, and it would be as bright as the bulb would possibly go if I set it to 40%. This can be worked around, and we'll talk about that in a second, but more to the point, you're probably going to use this thing as part of routines anyway, and therefore it's entirely irrelevant, because all you do is you just choose the percentage that fits the scene that you want. If that's 20% to actually get half the bulb's brightness, then you just set 20% in the routine. You can also counteract this altogether if you wanted to. All you got to do is create routines that say, if I say the words set the lamp to 50%, then set the dimmer to 20%, and that solves the problem. These are some of the best dimmable smart home light switches I've tested, simply because of the ease of use, the lack of any buzzing sound, the wife approval factor that comes with the simplicity of the design, and the fact that it doesn't need a neutral wire. More importantly though, the Zigbee versions work with your existing smart home gear and operate entirely locally, which means that even if Candeo go bust tomorrow, your kit will still work. Similarly, the Wi-Fi equivalents, although cloud-based, use the TUYA Smart Life platform, which is extremely popular and it isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Even if Candeo go bust, the TUYA Smart Life platform will still be there and the Wi-Fi products will still work. Candeo also sell a range of dimmer modules to hide behind your existing light switches, and you should be wary that Candeo do also sell a non-smart dimmer that looks identical. Don't buy that one by accident thinking you're getting a bargain. £13 is just wishful thinking. I've got 70p and a bit of fluff. If it's any more than that, you can forget it. Not made of money. Am I? Not made of bloody money. At time of filming, you're looking at between £35 and £40, depending on which product it is you are interested in. And honestly, they are well worth that price tag, and I can't recommend them enough. If you want to dim a lamp, they are literally your only option anyway. As usual, if you're interested in any of the things I have featured in today's video, you can find a link in the description. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up. That will tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video, and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons from Patreon, and I know I say it every week, and I know I say every week that I say it every week. But they are the best people on the planet. Without them, you wouldn't be watching this video. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my TikToks and my Instagrams too. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time.
Yes, she's dead on the floor now! Disgusting! Disgusting! Disgusting!
All the bins outside are getting blown over. England!
Did you just recommend people use a multimeter to confirm the electricity is off? You will kill them, they will die! You are a moron, you should use an electrician's screwdriver!
I don't know who this character is.